Previously on Butch Patterson, Private Dick.
Who are you? Where's Butch?
I'm Mike. Butch is in the back.
Is he dead?
Well, he wasn't when I stuffed him in there.
I take it you and the police aren't seeing eye to eye.
The police think I'm a murderer. I'm not.
Room 29. She specializes in new clients.
I didn't do it. I swear I didn't.
How much time passed between when you left and returned?
Well, a couple of minutes, tops. I never even made it back out to the lobby.
And you didn't hear or see anyone?
Nothing. I know how it must sound.
What kind of shoes were you wearing?
Why?
Well, let's just say I know a guy who knows a guy who's got a brother who knows a guy who works with a guy who knows a guy who sometimes sneaks into that whorehouse and pretends like he's a paying customer. This guy said there's a few audio concerns involved. Floors are cement, and if you want to sneak around unnoticed, you should probably wear sock feet or tennis shoes.
I came straight from work. I was wearing my dress shoes.
Well, can the dame running the place back you up on that?
Well, I guess. I mean, I'm sure she would have noticed if I wasn't wearing shoes.
You could have taken them off once you got out of her sight.
Well, I didn't. And you're right. I remember the sound of my heels on the floor. It was loud, and I felt self-conscious, like I was announcing myself to the world.
It ain't nothing to be ashamed about. Paying for sex is the second oldest pursuit known to man.
And what's the oldest?
Trying to convince the pimp and the hooker you're good for the dough and then legging it after you've done the big stink and stiffing them for the bill. I mean making love.
You know, I still don't understand why you care about my shoes. Hey, wait a minute. You know, I didn't hear the other man's footsteps. When I left the room, I paused in the hallway. And I didn't want to, rush right out, because then the madam would know I didn't have the guts to go through with it. Or worse, she'd think I was a premature ejaculator.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Mike, can you give Butch and I a minute alone?
Well, I guess. Don't try anything funny. I'll be watching you.
Yeah, no kidding. You ain't taking your eyes off me since we got here, Buttercup.
Jesus, Butch. Are you trying to get us killed?
Maybe I am. Or maybe I'm just the smartest man alive. You're just gonna have to wait and find out. Now, what do you want?
First of all, why did you tell Mike to drive back here?
I forgot my lighter. I figured since he was taking us someplace anyway, we might just as well swing by and get it.
We already came back here the first time you left it here. Oh, forget it. Look, Patterson, I know all your habits. And I know there isn't any friend of a friend of a friend, because I'm your only friend. You were there, weren't you?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Blanche.
The number machine you had outside the hospital is the same type Mike described. You do have a reputation for the behavior. You knew about the shoes, and the guy that put you in that coma was later identified as an employee of that brothel.
Well, that don't add up to jack squat, baby.
He's going to kill us if we don't help him. If you don't know who killed that woman, at least you can prove that he didn't.
Yeah, and violate my parole. Old Butchie don't cotton to spending the next 6 months being the dartboard in the prison shower.
I'll make it anonymous. Give the police just enough information to realize they've got the wrong man.
Clock's ticking, folks.
It wasn't you, and I can prove it.
I'm listening.
I was in the whorehouse that day. In room 29. Hiding under the bed. That's when you came in the first time.
Why would the police believe you? It's just your word. There's no way you can prove you were there.
That's where you're wrong, Nancy boy. Maybe you ain't noticed in all the hubbub, but your wallet's been missing since that day.
Well, I figured it just fell out when I gathered up all my clothes after I found out the woman was dead.
Let's just say it had a little help falling out.
I'm sure you know how it is. First time. I mean, not ever. Well, just with a professional woman.
Stupid rookies.
Here goes. Oh my God, she's dead!
You paid for it all on your credit card.
How did you know?
Because your wallet was emptier than a pair of goat snowshoes. I don't know a lot about upscale-ass dancers like you. But I do know you ain't the type to walk around town without a few greenbacks in reserve. Your wallet was empty. I don't figure you would have dropped your last bill on a whore. That tells me you were riding the plastic.
So there must be a transaction of the record on file.
Exactly. There's going to be a few other transactions, too. 29 porn films, 10 bottles of vodka, family pass to the petting zoo, and a pedicure. All on your card the day after the murder. Guy at the porn shop knows me. He'll back me up.
If he knows you, why would he let you use someone else's credit card?
I told him it was for a case I was working. Said I had to legally change my name to something a lot more effeminate.
Mike's not effeminate.
Shut up! I wasn't done talking. The paper trail proves I was in the cat house the day the canary got her chimney cleaned.
It doesn't prove me innocent, though.
I swear to God, if you ever interrupt me again, I will destroy your soul. It's not enough to clear you a murder. But you forget I spent a week in the hospital nursing a blunt trauma injury to my head. Courtesy of a pair of feet belonging to a piece of beef hired to provide muscle for the whores.
Because he caught on to your number machine scam and figured you were cheating your way into free massages.
Blanche, you're so naive. Massage is just a code name for screwing. And you're wrong.
Then why did he almost kill you?
God, you're lucky I'm tied up. He caught on because I caught on.
I knew I only had a couple of minutes tops before the place was running over with cops, so I had to work quick and stick to only things I could carry.
She's back here. It's horrible.
Take it down a notch, flyboy. One of the dames just got popped, and I ain't looking to get squeezed for pulling the trigger.
How'd you know she got shot?
I was under the bed. I mean, lucky guess.
Guess what's gonna happen now?
I gave him the rope-a-dope and let him land the first 57 punches, just to lull him into a false sense of security. Then right before I slipped into unconsciousness, I was going to spring back and finish him off. That's when I heard the cops yelling out, check all the other rooms to make sure the girl was flying solo to heaven. The guy managed to leg it before I could finish him off.
How does any of this help Mike?
Well, let's just say I got a hunch he was collecting 2 paychecks on the same shift.
Play dead, play dead, play dead, play dead. Hey, is that gun ever shiny?
Probably just hiding it until the heat died down.
Yeah, but what he didn't count on was me crawling out of the room and fingering him to the cops as the guy who sucker punched me. He didn't get a chance to go back for the gun. My guess is it's still there collecting dust.
With his prints on it.
If it is still there, the gun and Butch's testimony will clear you.
All of which means you need me to save your skin. You 2-bit monkey dancing ass bastard. So how's about you pony up that bottle? Don't stiff me on the pour.
You have to take us back to the city, Mike, so we can find the gun.
Now that I know where it is, I could just kill you and do it myself.
Yes, but wouldn't that defeat the purpose of going to all this trouble to clear your name of murder?
Oh, right. I sort of got carried away with the moment. Okay, now wait a minute. How do I know I can trust you to follow through with things?
Oh, you can't, Mike. If I was in your shoes, I'd take the dame hostage and hold her till I showed up with the gun.
Patterson!
I'm only thinking of you, Blanche. And not in the usual way. Naked and doing things.
What kind of things?
Yard work, mostly. Gymnastics, sometimes. My psychiatrist says it's because I got a thing for flexible landscapers.
I made a mental note to never discuss the details of my analysis in public again.
So what do you say, Mike? We head back to the city, lay low for a while, wait till Butch finds the gun?
Well, the police will be all over my house, and I don't have the money for a hotel room.
Well, you could stay at Butch's office. I'm sure he won't mind. Right, Butch? Now come on and untie us. Let's get out of here.
Well, I guess. But if either of you try anything funny, I'm not afraid to use this.
Ooh. Big deal, jerk.
I was racing the clock and losing. Mike had Blanche holed up in my office with a gat to her gut and a twitchy finger. He'd given me 24 hours to produce the evidence I said would clear him, or he was going to pop Blanche and 23 Skidoo. Part of me was starting to regret spending the first 15 hours drinking and stealing porn. Hello, Dolly. I'd followed the paper trail to the right place, but finding the beds in this mess was going to be more difficult than teaching shoe tying to a circus freak with no arms. I figured on finding whoever ran this dump and squeezing them for the location of the last shipment of beds.
Pal, come on up here for a minute.
Patterson.
What can I do for you?
How's it going, freak? I need to eyeball that last shipment of whore beds that came in.
You got a dirty bed kink?
Oh, you could say that.
I just did.
Point well taken, I guess.
We got a large selection, dating back over many years.
Shut up. I'm looking for a particular bed hauled out of that cat house John Law put the lid on last week.
I thought I saw a stack of beds around here somewhere.
Well, could you light a fire under it, Daffodil? Kind of under a time crunch here.
What's so important about the bed?
That's none of your business. Let's just say there's a man suspected of murder holding a friend of mine hostage, and there's a gun hidden in the bed, and if I find the gun, that clears the man of murder and sets my friend free. We'll just leave it at that.
Wow. Crime and murder. Say, I wonder if that beautiful and talented crime lord Debbie Hitler was behind it.
What the hell would you know about her?
Just what I've read in the society pages, you know, heard around town, that kind of thing. Say, I wonder if she's as beautiful in real life as she is in all those pictures I've seen of her.
Not hardly. Me and her had a thing a few years back. She was looking to sink her claws in for the long haul, but me, I was just killing time. The way old Butchie here's got things figured, if I ever settle for one dame, it's gonna have to be someone a sight lot better looking than her and a lot better between the sheets. You know what I mean? That's the problem with being me. Once a dame's taken a vacation to the 5-star resort in my pants, going back to a regular man, that's like admitting failure.
I know what you mean.
Now, I don't think you do. No offense, don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but you ain't exactly like winning a prize in the looks department. Women don't like short men, especially short, ugly ones with dead-end loser jobs like working in a junkyard. I guess I ain't telling you nothing you don't already know. So where them beds at?
At the very back corner of the lot, you can't miss the pile.
Hey, about that ugly remark, I'm sorry. Not your fault the way you was born.
It's me, Hitler. Our agreement just changed. If you want out, you have to kill Tommy, Jasmine, and that idiot Butch Patterson. I don't care, just as long as it's slow and painful.
Shazam! Things were turning up rosier than my thighs on payday. Now all I had to do was turn the gun over to Mike so he could bring it to the cops and have it tested by forensics. They'd be able to match the bullet to the chamber, and the prints on the gun would clear him and lead to the real killer. Or me, now that I thought about it.
He's running out of time.
He'll show up.
You better hope so.
You're not gonna kill me.
If I walk away, you'll just go to the cops. I can't face going to jail.
Butch says once you get used to the sodomy, it's not so bad. People adapt.
Not me. I'm afraid your time is up.
Hey, you better get out of my chair, prick. Just like I said, the cops will match the bullets with that gun, and your prints ain't on it. You have my word I'll stand up in court and testify about what I saw that day in the cat house. I figure the cops will overlook my various parole violations on account of me, dropping off a murderer on their doorstep.
How do I know you're not lying? That this isn't just some gun you bought off the street to try and pull the wool over my eyes?
It would have been so much easier. I could have spent more time drinking. What? I've got needs, Blanche.
Well, we kept our end of the bargain, Mike. We're offering you the best chance you're gonna get.
I know. I'm gonna go to the police now. I just want to get this over with.
What a jerk.
I can't believe you went out drinking while I was sitting here with a gun to my head.
Hey, speaking of, you want to go make first call?
You were supposed to quit drinking so you'd remember where Simon's cabin was. The smuggled treasure. The money.
I'm not going to lie to you, Blanche. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm getting the impression the drinking's out.
We could have been rich, you stupid moron!
Hi, how you doing? I'd like to make an anonymous tip. You know that murder suspect that was on the news the other night? Yeah, the one that offed that dame in the cat house? Yeah, I just saw him walking down Chandler Avenue. He was mumbling something about cleaning prints off his gun and disposing of the weapon. Yeah, just now, you better hurry.